Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you have joined from around the globe. I'm super thrilled to present this workshop, Mentors of Magic, Training the Storytelling Coach. I'm Banumathy, a professional storyteller and trainer. I tell stories to all age groups and to all occasions, and I also train people of all age group, the teachers, students, and the adults, and the most story lovers who would want to become storytellers themselves. I take this opportunity to thank Dr. Eric Miller, who is my mentor and teacher. I'm a student of Dr. Eric, I would say. It's been way back, 14 years back. I he I was his student and still I'm learning from him. And I thank him for providing this opportunity, this platform, all these years, meticulously working. So, moving on, this is about me, and I tell stories under my baby Fables and Tales, which is my venture to tell stories. I welcome you all from wherever you've connected from. So, let us start right away to the workshop with an icebreaker. So I just want you to share your name. Okay, since this is International Women's Day today, I wish you all, every single woman who is here, and the men who were brought up by the women. I wish you all an international, happy International Women's Day. And I would want you to introduce yourself through the chat by telling an adjective about yourself that starts with the first letter of your name, which is simply an alliteration. For instance, my name is Banu. I say, I am brave Banu. So, similarly, can you type in the chat about your name? Type in your name with an alliteration, an adjective that would describe you, that you would want others to know about you. Yes, I'm Super Sandhya, Joyful Janani, Naughty Niyati, Perky Pratigya, Great, Radiant Rachna, Precious Pratibha, Affectionate Anchal, Attractive Anushya, Precious Priyanka, Kind Kanagadurga, Achiever Archana. Yes, yes, yes. Keep going, keep going. Awesome. Lovely, love. Arattai Ambuja. Yes. Did I miss anyone? I'm just going back and forth. Vivacious Viveka. Great, Viveka. Then, come on, come on, come on. Perfect, Pratigya. Hmm. Yes, you are. Dancer Sarita. Kutti Kritika today. Okay. Multi-talented Meghala. Motherly Love Mamta. Superb Sophie. All right. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. What a great start. All right. Let's move on. Okay. So, to know about this workshop more, I would like to know from you, what is your expectation from this workshop? Please type in the chat and also type in whether you have attended any other storytelling training before on this topic. Which grades have you worked with? Because I'm going to tell you something more about me and the work that I do. So please keep typing in what is your expectation from this workshop, which will help me to understand you better and cater your request. Never attended any training. Okay. Cool, perfect for me actually. I'm glad to have you. Okay, so if you have never attended any workshop, this is the place where you can kickstart your storytelling journey. How to face the challenges while training children. Okay, yes, we'll see about it. Okay, so to tell how to keep teenagers engaged. Okay. Advice on what to do and what not to do as a storyteller when telling stories. Okay, Viveka, this is about how to train the children. So let us see whether I'll be able to answer that as well. To be able to tailor my own workshop or module, yes, I think you will be able to, because this workshop that I have prepared is based on my own experience all these years. So I'm sure you will be able to prepare your own workshop after this. Let's see. Okay. All right. We'll move on. We'll move on. Okay. To tell more about this workshop, how did I come to get to bring out this workshop is I have been working with children for almost 14 years. And currently, I'm working in a school as a in-house storyteller and trainer. So wherein I get a chance to train children more than I get equal opportunity to tell and to train even more. So this place where I work in, the children are not that familiar, that fluent with the language, which is English, because of their exposure. They don't have much of an exposure like city because this is kind of a rural area school, and they don't have an exposure into this kind of professional storytelling. So this is where I am placed, and I have to tell them stories and then uh, train them to tell stories in a better way. So this is about the workshop, why and how this workshop had arrived for you now. So, all my experiences, my trial and errors, my experiments have made me to arrive on this product of this workshop. And that I'm going to give you now by giving you an overview. Before we move on to the overview, the most important objective of this workshop is we are not going to teach stories, though many teachers have joined here. We are not going to teach them stories, but we are going to create storytellers. Let us see how do we do that. Okay, so the overview is we are going to go grade wise. So we are going to start from right from the kindergarten, and we'll be moving up the ladder from one grade to the other. And I'll be sharing you step by step information on how to take the story step by step to make the child to tell. So through activities and games, what are the activities that you can do to make the child to learn the process and how to make them more engaging through games. And also the final product would be the core philosophy that we shall, have to make the children to tell stories. Okay, so are you ready? Grade-wise approach. So what are the grades that we will be broadly looking into today is, first would be kindergarten, pre-primary, primary, middle school, and high and higher secondary. So these are the five grade-wise approaches that we'll be looking into. To start with, kindergarten. Are you ready? Now you are my kiddos, the children in the kindergarten. Why? Is because I'm going to do a demo. So how I would be telling stories to the children in the kindergarten. Okay. And I'll be uh, I'll be sharing a story and you just follow me. Okay? Are you ready? All right. I want you to switch on the videos for me to, get the energy from you all. I could see all blank, only names. So I would highly appreciate if you could turn on. It's okay, we are all at home, Sunday evening in India, so it's perfectly fine. We are not going to record anything, record in sense. So come on, let's become brave and let us uh, all powerful women over here, please turn on your cameras. Okay, so now put your hand like this. This is fox. This is a fox. And this is a crane. Crane. Okay? No. Sophie, hold all your fingers, all your three fingers, and this is a crane. Very good. Awesome. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Chitra. Thank you, Jeff. And thank you, Viveka. Thank you, Archana. And thank you, Motorola, for turning on your cameras. Okay, this is a crane. And this is a fox. Have you ever seen a fox or a crane? Yes. Have you seen a fox? Okay, great. Have you seen a crane as well? Awesome. So, this is a crane and this is a fox. The fox and the crane were best of friends. So, one day when they spoke to each other, they said, um, okay, my background, I guess, is not helping you to see the puppets properly. Is it better now, Ambu?
If you keep it in front of your face, only we are able to see. Otherwise,
Okay. Okay, let me remove my. Give me a second. I'll remove my PG. Perfect. All right, super. Okay. One day, the crane and the fox met each other. So the fox said, hello, Crane. We've been meeting outside all the time, right? So can you come to my house tomorrow? I would love to serve you a delicious soup. Do you mind coming? Please come. Oh, sure, Foxy. I would love to come. You said you make soup, right? I love soup. By what time should I come? Probably around 5:30, 6-ish. Will that work for you? Of course it will work. That's the time when I go home. I'll drop in your house, have my soup, and then I'll go. Okay, see you tomorrow. So saying, they both went to their house. And now we said fox and crane, right? I want to tell you two more words. This is flat, flat, flat. Can you repeat after me? You may be with your mics muted, but please repeat after me, okay? So this is a flat bowl. This is a flat bowl, okay? And this is a narrow beaker. A narrow beaker, okay? Flat bowl, narrow beaker. A flat bowl and a narrow beaker. Well, very good. Smart children you all are. Okay, the fox, the next evening, he started to prepare what was he preparing? Soup. That's right. So he made the soup, delicious soup, tasty soup, yummy soup. He stirred and he stirred and he stirred, and just then he heard a knock at the door. Knock. So he went and opened the door, and whom he should see? The crane. Hello, Foxy. Hello, Crane. Welcome. Foxy, I'm so excited to come to your house. Oh, yes, I'm super excited to welcome you. Come. The soup is ready. We shall have it. The fox soon went into his kitchen, took two flat bowls. Can I see your bowls, please? Flat bowls. And he poured in some soup and he brought it to the crane. And he had one for himself. Soon he said, "Come on, crane, please have it." And he slurped it. And he emptied the flat bowl while the crane, she tried. Oh, 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 no, oh, oh, oh no. The crane wasn't able to drink at all because she had a long beak. Long beak. She had a long beak. And so she looked so sad at the fox and she said, okay, see you. And I would want to invite you to my home tomorrow. So please do come. I make some tasty fry. I wish you come and taste my food tomorrow. Do you mind soup as well? Oh, yes, I am a soup freak. Come, come, come. So the next day, it was the turn of the. Can you show me? It was the turn of the. Yes, the crane. The crane waited and waited and waited for the fox to come. She prepared the fry, she prepared the soup, and she waited. She waited and she waited and she waited, and there was a knock on the door. Tock, tock, tock. And there came the fox. When she opened the door, and there was this fox. Hello, Foxy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, Crane. Super. Thank you for welcoming, welcoming. Come, let's go have. Oh, yes. I think you are so hungry, right? Come, come, come. Let's have some soup and the fry. Oh, wait for a minute. Let me bring. She went inside and she brought a narrow. Come on, everybody, show me. Narrow. A narrow beaker in which she served the soup. And she put some fry also inside. It was served in two beakers. Now the crane put her beak inside. Come on, show your beak, show your beak. Put it inside the narrow beaker and she started to. While the fox, with his snout, he tried. Oh dear, he wasn't able to put his snout inside at all. Then he realized, hmm, that was the trick that was made by the crane. Okay, crane, I see you. See you tomorrow. And the story even continues, okay? I don't want to take much of your time in continuing the story. The next day, both the crane and the fox brings their own container from which they are comfortable eating and they eat. That's how I complete the story. Well, so why I stopped? This is not a story telling or story listening time. This is just an example of how I used to tell the story. So I would establish the actions of the characters, the fox, the crane, flat bowl, narrow beaker. So it goes step by step by step because they will be learning their vocabularies by now. So it is always better to have the vocabulary simple and the duration of the stories that can be less than 5 minutes. So I would always prefer Aesop fables, where for a beginner to tell stories, it is easy to modulate the voice. So between two characters, it is really easy. And the type of story, when I say fables, Aesop comes under fables, where animals are the characters in the story. And I finger play stories also does a magic where my friend Ambuja and I used to do the story of two goats where uh, two goats will be made with our fist. The characters, we don't need any fancy puppets. It's not at all required. Only with our hands we can do stories where we can get the attention of the children as well. And song stories, to give you a demo on the song stories, here I have you know uh five ducks. So I hope many of you would have come across this. Five little ducks went out one day over the hills and far away. Five little ducks went out one day over the hills and far away. Mama duck called, please come back. Only four ducks came back. The next day, four little ducks went out one day over the hills and far away. When Mama Duck called, only three ducks came, two ducks came, one duck. So, this is one of the song stories which children would love to enjoy telling along with us, and they learn the story as well. And the methodology is using, props like this, very simple props. So this is just an image, and you cut it into, a small puppet and attach a popsicle stick. And this workshop, like puppets, creating your own puppets in an easy way is a workshop by itself that I do. So I used to make, double-sided and sizes and how to use that is all a different workshop altogether. So puppets and props, I say, you can even bring, for instance, for this crane and the fox. Once you do the story once with the puppets, you may bring the props as well, a bowl and a beaker, because when we say a beaker, children might not be able to understand. So you might bring a beaker and a bowl, and also you can show through your picture books that you usually be getting it as a part of your curriculum. So, and also like action songs, action stories, like, going on a bear hunt. So that story, going on a bear hunt. So that story all attract the children just like that, and they will, uh, repeat it by the end of the storytelling session. The children would have got the story, at least more than half of the story they would have got it, and they would be singing when they walk out of the class. That is what has happened in most of my sessions. And what works actually is the repetition. So why does it work, and why does children tell? Because of the repetition. We have to repeat it continuously. When we have two characters, it is very easy for the children to learn the story, get the story, than learning, get the story and feel the story and experience the story. So here we are not training the children, but they just grab the story and they love to retell. So now tell me, what activities that you follow after telling the story? After you tell a story in your classroom, so what do you do basically? Come on, type in the chat. What are the activities that you would be sharing or doing after the telling, so that the child would retain the story? Because as a teacher, obviously, the ultimate requirement by any parent or the management or anybody for that matter is to make the child to retell the story, right? Even in bits and pieces with our help. So we just want the children to retell the story. So through activities is what would help anyone to make the child to retell the story. All right, since I didn't get any, okay, we use cutouts, charts, real life videos. Very good. This is for which story? Can you give me the example of a story that you use? Okay, as she's typing, I'll just move on. Okay, introduce one character, make the character of two stories meet. Okay. Who will be a king? And the child will kill ma, me, and they will come and you'll make them to act it out. Okay, so here what I suggest or my experience is so you start, I'm so sorry. Okay, action. So as she said, who want to be the king? Likewise, you start the sentence and they do the action. So when I said, once upon a time, there was what do you see? A foxy. And there was a crane. That's fantastic. And they were best
Friends.
friends. Awesome. And so this is how. So you slowly build up the story with your action by helping them with your sentence and the action. So in the second round, you do the action and they tell the telling. So they do the telling. So you do, okay.
And there was a crane, and both were
Come on,
big.
come on.
There was a beaker and a flat plate.
Okay.
Plate, narrow beaker, stirring,
Okay.
drinking the soup.
Okay, so fantastic. So this is what you know, easy methodology to make the child to build the vocabulary and to get familiar with the story as well. So here what we find is the language skill. The process works because the kids are building on their language skills. Now, just now they are learning new vocabulary, new actions. So associating action and the vocabulary would definitely help the child to get the story, understand the story, feel the story more. So this is what I have for you about kindergarten. I wouldn't call training the children because when we tell, they enjoy and they obviously observe us like a sponge and they will retell the story the next time. So kindergarten classroom storytelling is one of my favorites. So where I bring in, introducing puppets and a lot of things like that. Okay, so from this, let us move on to know from you what are the song stories had worked, what are the finger plays that had worked, or now that when I said, oh yes, I have watched this, I know this. Can you please type in the chat what are the song stories or finger plays that you choose, which would help the children? Because this is Five Little Monkeys by Ambu. Yes, Ambu. That is a fantastic song story. That is always a hit one. Lion Hunt. Yes, when I said going on a bear hunt, she does the lion hunt. Wheels on the bus go round and round. Yes. So when this is said, Kolu Kolu Kandre by Ambu. Yes, yes, yes. That is such a lovely Tamil story. That actually such a long one, but by the end every single child would be able to tell because of the action and the rhythm to it. Okay, anybody else? Thank you, Sophie, for bringing that. Baby shark. Awesome. Yes, Anushya. Baby shark is You Are My Sunshine. Why I'm asking you to share here is because see, I have worked with this five little ducks, five little monkeys. That has worked for me. For Ambu, it's lion hunt. For me, it's a bear hunt. So it is a place from where we could share and learn from others as well. Such a beautiful platform where we get an opportunity to share what we have done magic. We are all magicians here, magicians who are making magic in the classrooms to make the children to become a confident storyteller by themselves. Okay, let us move on to the next category. Thank you so much for your sharing. So this is actually the primary. It's not upper primary. Excuse me for that. So grade 1, 2, and 3. So what do we do there? How can we train them? So here it is, more than 5 minutes. A story can, go more than beyond 5 minutes, and their attention span is even more. So what kind of stories work here? Is a story with rhyme, rhythm, and lot of repetition in it. So, because repetition really helps them to retain the story within them and travel along with us and tell the story by recollecting the actions and images associated with that. So, for that, I'll give you a story. Excuse me for my throat. So this is the story of Little Red Hen. So yes, as I mentioned, puppets, props, and actions, not on that basic level how we did for our kindergartners. So here it will be like their participation will be more there. So I'm going to just go through the story. I'm just going to make the story a gist of it. So there was a farm. There was a farm where there were four friends happily lived. So one was the little red hen and three of her friends, a duck, a pig, and a cat. So as I said, the variety of puppets that I'm showing is completely a different workshop by itself. So this little red hen one day finds some grains on the ground, and instead of eating, she wanted to sow them again and grow. So she goes and asks her friends to help her. So this cat is a sleepy cat. He always wants to sleep, and he says, "Ah, no, 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 I want to sleep." And this pig says, this pig is a hungry pig. He always wants to eat. And this duck is a, super cool duck who always wants to swim. So always in every step of this sowing and watering and to harvest, to take it to the miller, to make it into a flour and bring it back and again to make it into a roti. And by the time she wanted to wanted to eat, every time she would go to all her friends and ask, "Do you mind helping me? Do you mind helping me? Do you mind helping me?" But everybody says, "Not I, not I, not I." So every time she would say, "Okay, I will do it by myself." And finally, when they come back to eat, I'll stop the story and ask, what should the little red hen do? Should she share or should she not share? So I leave it to the children to to arrive the end. That is actually a different one. So here the repetition is every time this little red hen would go and meet the cat and ask, sleepy cat, do you mind helping me to sow the seeds? No, not I. And she would go to the pig and ask, Hungry pig, do you mind helping me to water the plants? Oink, oink, not I am hungry. And she goes to the duck and asks, Swimming duck, do you mind helping me to harvest the grains? Quack, quack, not I. I want to swim. So every time she says, okay, I'll do it by myself. So now I did one dialogue with each character, but actually every time she would go meet all her three friends, and every time she tells the same dialogue, and they also repeat the same. So by the end of the third or fourth repetition, you need not even say it. The hen went to the cat and said, Ambu, unmute and say. Ambu and Sophie, please unmute.
Sleepy cat, will you help me to sow
And
the
the cat said,
No, I feel sleepy. I'm not doing.
Thank you, Sophie. Okay, so yes, so this is what she shouldn't share. Oh, yeah, she shouldn't share. Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm seeing something in chat, the answer for the end of the story. Well, so this is how the repetition works. So repeatedly making the children to tell the same dialogue will make the children to retell the story by retaining it. When you ask, they would easily retell the story. So that is the technique uh, that would help the children to get the story fluently. So another, see where I have a story example, Little Red Hen, that's what I've shared with you now. And there's a wonderful story called Rainbow Fish also. So there are many such stories for this age group, which does magic, like children get to understand and get and enjoy the story, and for them to easily retell it as well. So now coming back to you, give me your choices of stories, or what is the rhythm or refrain that you have added to your story where there is no, repetition or. So here I would like to add some more. Excuse me for that. So this story just has got only this refrain. Okay. So I have added, okay, I'll do it by myself. With that, the dialogue gets over. So what I do is, this is the way I sowed the seeds. I sowed the seeds. I sowed the seeds. This is the way I sowed the seeds early in the morning. This is the way I water the plants. I water the plants. I water the plants. This is the way I water the plants early in the morning. This is the way I harvest the grains. I harvest the grains. I harvest the grains. This is the way I harvest the grains early in the morning. So this is something, it is very, very easy for us being in, teachers of teachers are the ones who's dealing with young children, very easy to adapt any rhyme, add in our own lyrics, and use it in the story. So children would love it, enjoy it, and they would easily get the story as well. So yes, oopsie, where am I? Okay. So what does that story choice of yours that has worked magic in your classroom, in your storytelling room, or what do you think would work? Please share your inputs in the chat. Or for which story which went flat and children weren't able to get it through. So I have an activity for this story as well. Please type in your chat. I'm just going to go back to my chat in a bit. Okay. So please keep typing in. Keep typing in. Okay. I'll be with you in a moment. All right, here I am. I am not able to see my chat for some reason. That's why I'm scrolling. Ah, yeah. Ice Cream Dragon by Ambu. Ask them to frame sentences for the different reply from the pig or cat. I'm just changing my settings. Yes, now I got it. Oh, the Hungry Caterpillar, Learning Days, Colors, Fruits, Healthy and Junk Food, Plop story by Ambu. Okay, if you give a mouse a cookie. Okay, that's an interesting story. Dungy dance or dungy dance. Okay, Three Little Pigs. Yeah, Three Little Pigs. The golden Goldilocks and the three bears. Ask them to frame sentences for the different reply from the pig or cat. Ice cream dragon by Ambu. And now see how many stories you're getting in. People, please make a note of it. Even I'm going to note it out. About community helpers, vocabulary building, dishes, etc., fractions, STEM learning through enormous turnip. Wow. Yes, yes, fantastic. What a lineup. All right. So, okay. So now let us move on. I'm going to share my screen again. Thank you. Thank you for that lovely sharing, everybody. Okay, what is that activity? So when I come to activity, so in those who have joined only today, so Eric will be sharing the link to all the recordings. So in the recordings, we had an exclusive workshop for story telling activities. After telling a story, what are the activities that can be shared to make the story even more connecting and to experience the story to the fullest, which was actually planned by Lalita Tilak from our Chennai storytellers. And unfortunately, she wasn't able to make it up. So myself, Ambuja, and Vasugi Ram Manogar ma'am, and Eric Miller, we had done the story and the recording is available. Please go look into that recording to know about more activities that can be done after a story. So one of the activities that I have mentioned here is role play. So children create their own dialogues. So as we said, like in this Three Little Pigs story, we had many dialogues, right? So when they come, they might be telling a different dialogue. Okay, so the first thing that we could do is we can accept whatever they are saying because we are they are in the learning stage of the language skills. So as I said, all these are my experiences with my students where I work in as a in-house storyteller where children do not have an exposure into fluent uh, English or exposure into a proper storytelling. So their language development is the focus. So let them confidently come out and share their own dialogues by shedding their inhibition. So let us just accept whatever they say, and in the later stage, we can correct them. Yes, of course, correcting them is very, very important. At the same time, we just have to help them to shed their inhibition by coming forward and doing the role play, participating in the role play. And next comes the sequencing. So sequencing really helps in retaining the story. So I have, oops, oh dear. So give me a moment. I'll be sharing the screen of the activity that I do. So sharing basically the sequencing of the stories is we'll be giving the image of the story in a proper sequence. Um, and and the sequence can be yeah, this is what it is. Are you able to see? No, no, no. I haven't shared yet. I'm just sharing it. So the sequencing would help the children to make them really recollect the story very easily, and they can tell in their own words. So that is what is more important here, for them to get the story. So we are basically trying to make the child to tell the story than listening alone. So for that, we just have to make sure that the child got the story, and the child has to retell the story is the prime focus. So in that case, we can get the help of, I don't know, something is happening with my, yeah, I got it. So sequencing would really help the children. I'm not able to share my screen with that um sequencing activity. Probably before we end the session, I'll try my best to get it done. Moving forward is the 4 to 5 category. So in 4 to 5, what do we do is, so that is the stage where I have always also trained the children to participate in the competitions. So basically, I'm not a competition person, but at times, when we work in an institution, there they might want us to, train and all that. So in that case, grade 4 are the youngest ones whom I have seen. So this I'm talking about as inter-school. So when kindergarten children, teachers of kindergarten, you would have had intra-school. So I'm talking about inter-school children, where they share stories based on some themes. You know what? I used to get weird themes. I used to wonder, come on, how will I even find a story on this particular theme? And by the time uh, at these times, my friends are my go-to persons, the community of storytellers, and basically my friends Ambuja and Pratigya are the ones who I would go and immediately ask, and I would get all the suggestions, and all my storytelling fraternity people, they would, tell us and tell me, and I would arrive on the story and I would give it to them. So children of grade 4 and 5, they love to listen to the trainer first. Okay. So they just want to listen what I say, and they try to replicate however I am telling. So that part, as I told you earlier, like a sponge, they just observe, and few children, they just replicate whatever we do. So it is in our hands to make the children to tell the story. I mean, it is in our hands to tell it so well, so that they tell it that well in their presentation time. And when we move on to their telling, so that is the age where they try to learn the elements of the story. Elements, I mean, is basically the body language and the voice modulation. So we will do an activity now, everybody, with voice modulation. So voice modulation is actually very simple, because each of us have got three basic voices. Each one of us can bring it out. So voice modulation is one of the basic factors which would attract the children to tell the story in a very captivating way. So what we are supposed to do is, we tell the story with that kind of a proper voice modulation, and ask the children to retell it. So here, the very important thing is, these kids are fluent in reading and writing. So we can give the content to them. I'll tell you two different ways in this. So we give them the content and make them to get the story by reading it and rereading it and practicing it, and we teach them the elements. Okay, so in that case, one way, if they learn the story with a mispronunciation, the proper pronunciation was not, learned properly, there we have a challenge. I have faced that challenge to make the child to pronounce it correctly. So how much ever times I have tried, this is my experience. I don't know whether you have got the same experience. So whenever I try to, change it, it was very, very challenging. And another way, when you don't give the story and if you ask them to write and come, the sentence structures might not be that great. So we have to balance between both. So the children are very easy to replicate the teller, and the story type is fantasy or any simple folk tale or any mythology stories also they love to listen to and to tell as well. So here we have to give the content and the basic storytelling elements can be taught. So okay, so actually we are running out of time. I am trying to share my screen.
You still have half an hour.
I got it, Eric, but I have more content to share. Oh, yes. Yeah, here we are. So replicating is easily we can replicate, the children are able to replicate the teller and any fantasy stories and any simple folk tales, their original written stories, if at all they're good in writing. So, and we give the content and they learn the story. And the example that I thought of giving you is the boy and the drum. So basically, the story goes like this: the boy who has who would ask for a drum, or who would ask for a drum from his mother, would have got only a stick. So when he gives this stick to someone, he would get a chapati. When he gives his chapati, he would get a pot. When he gives away his pot, he would get a coat. When he gives away his coat, he would get a horse. When he gives away his horse, he would get a drum. So this story is called The Boy and the Drum. You can very well get it online. So the story also has got a longer sequence and repetition, much of a repetition in it. So how do we get into the, as I told, they are trying to develop their own style. They wouldn't have developed their own style yet. So giving the content leads to memorizing and make flexibility difficult, while without content, limited vocabulary, which is challenging for them to structure the sentence properly. So here something works is encouraging peer feedback. So when one child tells a story, the other child can come and tell or give feedback. So getting feedback from their peer group than from us is like really a good option or good choice that had worked. And here they can be taught voice modulation and body language. And under voice modulation, we have emotion, pitch, pace, and pause. So for instance, everybody, I want you to try now. If I could have two volunteers, please raise your hand. I would like you to. Yes, Sophie. Thank you. I'm going to add you into a spotlight. And one more, please. Rachna Gupta, do you mind? Yes, please. Lovely. Please unmute yourself. I'm just going to tell you a sentence. Okay? And I just want you to repeat after me. That's all. It's all because of you. As simple as that. Yes.
It's all because of you.
Okay. Sophie.
All because of you.
Okay. See, I think you all are storytellers and you got what I'm trying to do. Okay. So I just want you to repeat this. That's all. Okay? To the emotion that I'm going to tell you.
To the
Okay?
okay.
Emotion that I'll be telling you. I want you to repeat the same sentence. Okay? So first emotion is for Sophie and second is Rachna. And we are going to go one after the other. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? The sentence is the same. Happy. Happy. Happy is the emotion.
Okay, the same sentence.
Yes, the same sentence.
It's all because of you.
Disgusting. Wait. Rashna, the second emotion is for you. Disgusting.
It's all because of you.
Angry.
It's all because of you.
Scared.
It's all because of you.
Confused.
It's all because of you.
Very good. Any more emotions from the audience side? Please add in your emotions. Type in the chat box. Type in the chat box, please. Shy?
Because of
Sad.
It's all because of you.
Okay, sleepy.
all because
Laughing.
It's all because of you.
Sad.
of you.
Surprised.
It's all because of you.
Fantastic. Stay there. Stay there. Please don't go. Okay. So here we got the emotional part. Okay. So a story has got emotional uh, part well to be played in a story when we are telling it. So equally, the emotion can be brought through pace, right? When you are scared. Can you tell me in the scared way?
All because of you.
Oh, okay. So when you are in anger, Rachna,
It's all because of you.
okay, fantastic. Okay, so how about the pitch? Pitch, I mean, is the, can you tell it like a lion?
It's all because of you.
Rachna, like a mouse.
It's all because of you.
Sophie, an elephant.
Oh, it's all because of you.
Okay, Rachna, a snake.
All because of you.
Sophie, a duck. A duck, Sophie. Thank you, Sophie and Rachna. Thank you so much.
Thank you
So,
for this opportunity.
any dialogue, uh, any dialogue can be made into. Ambu, are you removing or I shall? Okay, I'll remove them from the spotlight. Thank you. All right. So basically, the emotion pitch, as I said, everybody has got three voices. This is our normal voice. When we go into our huge characters like a lion, like an elephant, like a king, it's all because of you. So you take your voice from your chest. Anybody mind trying it? Even if your mic is muted, please try it. Try by telling it now. It's all because of you. Okay, like a squeaky mouse or a bird. It's all because of you. Now, this voice is from your nasal. Okay, so all the small, tiny, or weak, or you say that are much smaller, they all have got a nasal voice. The bigger ones, the giant, stomped in and said, I smell human blood here. This is the story of the Jack and the Beanstalk. Okay? So the emotion and the pitch are interconnected. So whenever we teach the children how to get the character voices, It is always important to give them examples, and we can try using these simple dialogues for them to get the confidence that they can even change the voice. They might not be even knowing that they can do such voices. They do all Ninja Hattori voice and all that. They are much familiar, and they can even try these as well. Okay, and now, so this is the stage where we can use pitch. Pace is nothing but the speed that we speak. The mouse usually speaks like this. Please, please, please let me go. I will not disturb you again. But the lion said, "How dare you disturb my sleep, huh?" That's the pace, the number of words that we speak in a minute or in a point of time. So pause is something very, very interesting. Pause creates drama. When you say, "You know what? I went out, and when I opened the door, there was one big, gigantic monster standing there, and I went out." So when you stop there, you create the suspense element. So pause has the drama and the suspense element to the story. So all these are important elements that can be introduced, that can be, as I said, introduced to this age group. Okay. So, and body language. Body language has postures, gesture, expression, and eye contact. So that we will be doing as an activity in the next segment. So we are done with the activity. So the activity may help them to retain or get the story confidently is to draw their favorite scene, draw their favorite character. So speak about the story, what they liked, what they did not like. So all these will get covered in that uh, detailed workshop that you can watch. So now, so did we move from 1, 2, 3 to 4, 5? Oops. Are we in the right slide? Okay. So 6 to 8 category, middle school category. So how do we go about with them? So they are actually, good tellers. They would have developed their skill. And what we could do is we can give them multiple options. As I said, I'll be getting topics, and I prepare stories. And when we give them these multiple options, they would come up and say, "I would tell this." Okay. My experience with this particular age group was about Navratri stories. So during the assembly, we would tell stories each day, first story, second day, second story. Likewise, it would go. And I shared all the stories with them, and I asked them to choose a group of children. So whatever you want, you may choose. So they came up, "Ma'am, I'll do day one, I'll do day two, day three." And it is sorted, instead of us giving them and forcing them, as we storytellers say, the stories come to us. Then we go to the story. So when we don't tend to tell all stories, whatever we read. Few we love listening to, like in the previous segment. Okay, so few stories we love to listen from the other tellers, few stories we would like to tell it by ourselves. So in the same way, they also would love to choose their own choice. The type of stories that they liked were real life stories. Here, as I mentioned, Sachin Tendulkar's story. This was one of a child's favorite stories. This Sachin Tendulkar, we all know him now, all his achievements and everything. But when he was a child, how he went to Achrekar sir to get his training, the beginning training, and how he even went with his brother in his bike, and how he met Sir, and how he started his training, and how he missed his classes to go attend the training, and all that. That was the story. So children loved, and one of the student loved that story, and he narrated that particular story. So tandem telling is the learning style I have mentioned. You might be wondering, when I was sharing this information with my friends, they were telling, "What? Tandem stories for 6 to 8?" I said, "Yes." I was fortunate to listen to the children telling tandem stories. Even in this mythology series of Navratri, when one child is so passionate about telling and the other child wanted to tell, but not, much sure or comfortable sharing because of some nervousness or stage fear, we say. So at that time, tandem telling comes for the rescue. They practice so well, and they know their line, what has to be told when, and if a child is missing, the learning was so beautiful, helping each other. Ma'am, we'll go and practice and come, ma'am. Tomorrow, you see, ma'am. You know what? Of course it reduces our work, but still, it was so beautiful when pure learning and teaching and pure practice, that was really magical for me. So tandem telling at this age and giving each other. So when practice happens most often, I would be having them in a room all together. Once they have practiced their individual stories, they would come in front and tell in front of others. And those kids, the listeners, would listen to the peer feedback. So this was good. This might be enhanced, improved. This can be done in this way. So that kind of beautiful learning experience happens when tandem and peer feedback is in place. So now that we have, went into or practiced voice modulation, now comes body language. So yes, they have this uh, um, voice modulation even better than the young ones. They have this ability of developing their style, their own voice modulation, their body language. Okay, so when it comes to body language, there are many activities and many what to say, many games that can be played to enhance their body language. I basically, to upskill myself, I actively participate in a monthly international improv meetup. And I realized that most of the games we played in that improv session used in storytelling sessions. Now we are going to try one. Okay, one of those improv games is what we are going to try. For that, I would invite Ambuja to come forward. And anybody else, please join in. We are 34 of us. Please join in, those who can. Never mind about the appearance, your dress up, or your background. Please jump in. It'll be really fun. Okay, so may I have Rachna and Sophie? Please come in, come in. You need not raise your hand. You are already there.
Okay.
Okay, so this game is called What Are You Doing? Okay. So I'll start and Ambu will continue, and then we'll see how it goes. Okay.
Banu, what are you doing?
I'm painting my wall. Ambu, what are you doing?
I'm sleeping. Banu, what are you doing?
I am telling a story. Well done. Thank you. So this is how it is. So you will be doing an action and the other person asks, what are you doing? And you must do what that person is saying. Okay. So it could be even more of, since we are in the window, I just shared very simple ones. So you might do more body, entire body can work. In that way, you may say. So are you ready? So we'll start with Ambu, Sophie, and Rachna. It's going to be between three of you. Three of you. Okay, Ambu, do you mind starting?
Abu, what are you doing?
I'm scratching my head.
Sophie, what are you doing?
I'm washing clothes.
Ambu, it's your turn.
Rachna, what are you doing?
I'm combing my hair.
Okay, okay. Here, like, you need not show the action, Rachna.
Okay.
Rachna, you still have to wash.
Acha.
And Ambu is supposed to do that. Okay, let's go.
Okay. Okay, Rachna, what are you doing?
I'm singing a song.
Abu, what are you doing?
Well, I'm swimming.
Sophie, what are you doing?
Actually, I'm washing all the vessels.
Okay.
Rachna, what are you doing?
I'm writing.
Abu, what are you doing?
I am getting my tooth extracted.
Okay, great. Thank you, Ambu. Thank you, Sophie. Thank you, Rachna. So basically, this activity would do two benefits. Number one, Ambu, you may please remove the spotlights if it's okay. Thank you. So basically, one, they would love to play this game. You won't believe the number of times we have played in my storytelling training sessions. Ma'am, we'll play this, ma'am, we'll play this, ma'am, is what they'll jump around. Okay. Having said that, number one, they will lose their inhibition. Okay. Say they love to move their body. At times in the beginning, it has gone to the other level also. The vice versa. They will say drinking. One evening it went like drinking coffee, drinking milk, drinking water, and drinking juice. I said, no more drinking anything, no drinking at all. The next round went like reading a story, reading the lesson, reading a newspaper, something like reading. I said, no more reading. So that kind also would happen where we have to stop them there and help them by pitching in and giving them more options of moving their body. Basically, the basic idea is to help them to move their body freely, to shed their inhibition and come forward. Okay, so the next one is expression. Expression, as we said, when we bring in the voice modulation itself, the expression will automatically come. We can't say something happy without widening our eyes and smiling. It's all because of you. So it all, when you say it's happy, always our face will glow and gleam, right? So in the same way, every expression and emotion goes one with the other. So expression, emotion, and the voice, they all go together. All right, moving back to our slide, we have to move to our next category. Before we move on to the next category, what is that activity that more you can do to get the story? So now we have seen how the elements can be incorporated, but how to get the story, they are supposed to simultaneously, we have to bring in the story as well. It's not only the activities, I mean the elements. The story also has to be learned by the children. So how do they do that? Basically by using a storyboard creation. So storyboard is nothing but a 6 part in an A4 sheet. What are the characters? What is the setting, plot, and all that we used to do. So that is what is a storyboard creation, which will really help them. The first step to this middle school for getting the story familiar with them is, one is drawing a storyboard. Second, I would ask them to read the story to make the story their own, so that they can make their own sentence framing, they're changing all that. So they have done that as well, and it worked for my children. So next category is grade 9 and 11, high and senior secondary children. So the methodology is they come up with their option of stories. So there was a topic that was given where, while I was, more of focusing on the young children to help them get the story, find a story for the topic, these kids helped me by one of the student chose this Captain Arthur's story, the one who saved the Titanic ship. So that child came up with the story and she said, "Ma'am, I'll tell the story." Well, fine. So she brought the story, she scripted it, she done everything. And when she told, I just listened to her and gave more constructive feedback. Because when we tell, like how we tell for the young children, no, that is not the age that they would accept everything. "Oh, ma'am, why not this? Should I really?" All those questions would come. So it is better to listen to them and try to tweak them to make it even better and sound more confident and more powerful when they tell the story. So their choice and their preference is like legends they enjoyed, and personal stories also, and parallel narratives. So this was one of a surprising moment for them, for me, not for her, no, for me. So there was a topic given where I chose this Mahatma Gandhi story where he lied to his parent that he had eaten non-veg, but he did not reveal it to his father. So the day he revealed it, how he felt. So that was the story. For some reason, I thought, like, I asked the child, "Do you have a similar experience in your life?" The next moment, the child said, "Yes, ma'am." And she shared her experience. And that story had both. One performance had Gandhiji's story and her story as well. Similarly, and she started her story. So that parallel narrative was so beautifully shared by her. And yes, as equal like folk tales, parallel narratives, and real life hero stories, they all had magic in it. And yes, here the voice modulation, body language, it purely depends on uh, the individual child. Few might not get the voice modulation, but they are good in body language. Few might get voice modulation that very easily, and it's vice versa. So when we talk about, we miss this expression and eye contact. So no, expression we spoke, eye contact. So when a character is speaking, we can consider the audience member as one of those characters, one audience member as one of the characters. When the lion is telling the dialogue to the mouse, or when Gandhiji was speaking to his father, so you can just look into the eyes of one audience member, one listener, and say, "You know what? Please forgive me, father. I ate non-veg." But I swear that I will definitely not do it again. And this eye contact would help the audience to connect and tell the dialogue to one person, so that that person, the listener, is to whom the eye contact has been made, is become the other character, the listener. And we switch over and we tell the dialogue of the father, and considering the another person and getting an eye contact, making that listener as Gandhiji. So it goes on to any character for that matter. So eye contact is one of the very important element in telling a story effectively, so that students gain easily by practice. Okay, so the core philosophy that I wanted to tell you is, so we just have to build the connection with the children. So we when we go tell a story itself, they kind of bond, gel along with us. So that building of connection uh, plays a major role, so that it will be very easy for us to train the children. So we have to reduce their inhibition. We have to help them to reduce the inhibition, and they have to come forward. They have to shed and they come forward on stage, and they say something, they tell a story, because it's not an easy task. Imagine in a school setup, if a child is coming and standing in front of the assembly and sharing a story, the child would use his weird kind of, we call, for, according to the listeners, it's kind of a weird body language and weird expression. And they can't imagine his or her friend doing something on the stage. So how to help that child who's going to stand on stage and tell and speak? Whenever I say, ma'am, will my class students will be there for the event when I'll be sharing the story? So I would sometimes say yes, and sometimes I would say, no, no, they won't come. You just, and the moment they see their friends, no, I would say, come on, you focus somewhere else and point up, have your eye contact in some other place and try telling a story. So that also helps them. So when they make mistakes, accept them gracefully. All that I would say is, see, you have practiced enough. Just go enjoy telling it. It's okay if you make mistakes. There is no hard and fast rule. Just enjoy the experience. So, consistency is very, very important. See, when we give a gap of even a month or so, it is similar, the same case for us as well. When we don't practice much, when we give some gap, it takes some time for us to get back to that energy and get it. So that is also important. And structured feedback. In a day, I would give only one feedback on body language. We shall work on like that. Today we'll get the voice modulation done. The next day, we'll get the body language done. The next day, we'll get the eye contact done. So, step by step, if we go that feedback, it helps the child to work on that particular skill and get back. So, all these would definitely help to create or build confident tellers. So, that is what the ultimate goal of us itself. So, yes, now it's your time. Type in the chat, what is that one thing, at least minimum, stayed with you from this workshop? So, what is that you're going to try in your story time tomorrow in your class? Please type in the chat. Please type in quickly. So, what is that one tip or technique or a game or an activity or a point that was shared that really So, yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you, Lena. Thank you, Veena. Thank you, Sophie. Okay, voice modulation. Say consistent. Explore. Okay, amazing workshop. Very well. Okay, starts with voice modulation. Love the activity of action and saying what the other person does. Okay, changing voice modulation. Familiarize the story before the story. Okay, modulation, body language, parallel telling. Yeah, voice modulation, stories with different emotions. Other than puppets, will add needed properties. Yes. Pre-nursery activity. All right. Voice, emotions, balance, emotions. Thank you. And one thing that I recently tried was when I give the content to the child and ask them to practice, they will practice in the school and they would practice at home. One day, so different days, different activities I would give. So one day they have to tell in each room. First, first practice should be done in the hall. Second practice should be done in the bedroom. Third practice should be done in the kitchen. Fourth practice should be done in the dining hall. Fifth practice can be done in front of the house. Because when we take them on an inter-school competition, they don't know which classroom or on a stage where they will be sharing a story. Even in our school campus itself, they might not be knowing if it is a first experience. So by standing and telling in different rooms would help them. The second day, I would say, tell it to your mother in one place, tell it to your father in another time, tell it to your brother or sister, tell it to your neighbor, tell it to your friend, tell it over phone. So all these are really tested and tried ones. All that I'm sharing are the tested and tried ones. So thank you. Loving your chat. Lovely session. Many thanks. Okay, it was such a wonderful experience for me as well. Thank you. Thank you for your active participation. The ones with the videos off also, I hope you enjoyed the workshop. So you can reach out to me in WhatsApp, email, Instagram, and YouTube. Thank you. Thanks to Dr. Eric Miller for providing this wonderful platform where we can try new things. This is the first time I'm sharing this workshop with you all. And yeah, this was really informative and active. Thank you, Mr. Bala. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Priyadarshini. Practicing in front of a mirror, Britti, yes. I personally, I haven't tried that, or I am not able to try that. So whatever I don't practice, I am not much comfortable sharing it. Once I have tried telling it, but I don't think they have practiced it. So activity session that happened a while. Anshul, there is a I think you can try it in the Chennai Storytelling Festival. Chennai style. I'll type in the chat. So the workshop is there in the website. Okay, the recordings are there in the website. There's a beautiful workshop. You may all definitely, I would recommend you to watch that recording. So I'm going to stop my screen share. So which will really be helpful. It's 7:31. Thank you. Thank you so much to each one of you for this time and listening to me all the time, all this time. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Banu.
Thank you, Eric.
You packed a great deal of information and experience into that workshop.
Thank you, Eric.